it's Drybear. We finally have our June-July summer roadmap for Lost Ark. We've been kind of waiting on this. Funny enough, they released it right after the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard had their had their verdict. So here we go. Today we're going to be jumping into the roadmap. So let's go. But first, if you have any questions or comments for me, you'll find me live every day on twitch.tv/Drybear. Who knows? I might even be streaming right now. There's a lot of prep text in this, so I'm gonna try and summarize. They basically are gonna be talking about a few issues that they want to address, and it seems like they kind of want to stave off some frustrations maybe. But this is the team update and June and July roadmap. So the first thing they talk about is that they, they went to Korea, they talked about things, they've been discussing stuff, they've been working against bots to get rid of that, and this is what they've come up with. So the first thing to talk about on this roadmap is the class release cadence. So they have basically said that they are planning to release one new advanced class every 2 months for the rest of 2022, which means we're not going to get a new class in June. We'll get one in July, and then going forward, it'll be every other month a new class, which if there's 5 classes remaining, then that means that it won't be until next summer that we'll be caught up. Or like the end of next spring that will be caught up, and then Aeromancer might be out. And they've also mentioned that they're planning to release the first 21 advanced classes before other new or future classes, which means that what I take from this is that artists won't be coming out until next spring at the earliest. So we're gonna get Scouter, Arcana, Reaper, Summoner all released before they start looking at Artist or Aeromancer. And it's going to be, another 8 months before those all get released. So we're kind of it's going to be a while before we get Artist. But if people are waiting for Summoner, Reaper, Arcana, any of those, then here you go. Here it comes. So we're getting that. So every other month is going to be the cadence. I swear to God, I'm hoping this means that every class then is going to have a power pass. Because by their own admission, they mentioned that they don't want too many power passes in the mix. So maybe that means that every class is going to have one now because it's going to be every other month. But that's going to be the cadence. So we're getting Arcana next in July, and then it's going to be every other month following that. Then they say when a new advanced class releases, we want to provide players who enjoy it with paths to quickly progress. So how are they going to do that, I wonder? Along with planning out the advanced class release cadence, we're also working with Smilegate to plan in-game events and features that will help players progress their characters. As we've mentioned previously, we'll let players know what classes are coming out near Power Pass grants or progression events to ensure players can make an informed decision about how and when they want to use these features. So if we get an Ultra Pass or an Express Pass, or if we get free Power Passes, they plan to let us know sooner than right before the release, it seems. And then going to say behind the scenes release notes, they recognize that the communication has not been what the community is wanting. They want more frequent and more clear communication. So this is just them saying, hey, we recognize that. The question is then, what do? Lost Ark has a colossal amount of content and systems. And when we work with Smilegate to compile game builds, blending content that released years ago in Korea, basically qualifying how hard it is for them to get branched builds that isn't current. Neither of our teams intentionally leave release notes out, but occasionally when layering content together and handling off details. This is true, by the way. So they're operating on kind of like a hybridized branch build of old and new content mixed together, which is very challenging. I can confirm that myself, having been there myself. So they're saying that it is really tough, and sometimes things are gonna get dropped in the cracks, which is true and is nearly impossible to get rid of in the process. Additionally, a bug can slip into the build that goes unnoticed. Certain bugs can look like changes to the game, and we know that it can be extremely confusing. Yada, yada, yada. Our teams at Amazon appreciate the passion and patience of the Lost Ark community. So basically they're saying, calm down. It's tough, and this is true, so cut them a little bit of slack. Working on a branched, hybridized build is messy and a huge pain in the butt. So this is very true. So they're basically just saying, hey, we recognize the communication and we want to get better about it. Usually statements like these are, better shown in action. So they're saying, hey, we hear you. And I guess the next thing is for the community to see that in implementation in the coming months, showing that change in there. But this is generally them saying, hey, we recognize it, and it's hard, and it is. So I can sympathize with that. Roadmap general, content below, it's highlights. We want to fine tune. We're also planning on giving every player a free Punica Power Pass this summer, and are fine tuning the details for another Express event. Okay, so confirmed by their own admission, free Punica Power Pass this summer at some point, and another Express event that I'm hoping goes into tier 3. So at least we have that. That's pretty cool. We don't know when, but they have confirmed new Power Pass. Let's begin with June. Legion Raid, Vykas, Normal, and Hard. So next month, or I guess this month, June, we're getting Vykas, which will allow people to finish their relic set bonuses. There are almost every relic set in the game. I think actually every single one of them requires pieces from both Vykas and Vaulton in order to finish the set. So you will need Vykas out in order to finish sets for your characters. So I guess that's why that makes sense, that why they want to push this quickly. So Vykas is normal is 1430, so it's only 15 eye levels higher than normal Vaulton. And then again, hard is 1460. And this coming out in June is good. It means that in the next few weeks, hopefully we'll be able to start planning out how we're going to finish our relic sets, putting those together and getting your big bonuses. And honestly, 1460 eye level with a full relic set is when every class starts to come into their own. There are plenty of classes like War Dancer, Striker, Gunslinger that really need their full set and eye level 1460 before they start playing properly. So this coming soon is actually a good thing. I know not everyone is at Vaulton yet. Not everyone's going to be ready for Vykas or Vykas Hard yet, but I think this coming out quickly is good. Yep, allows people to finish their relic gear sets and valuable rewards. They're bringing out the Ice Turtle. I didn't think they would do this soon, but the Congolanium is what they're calling it. This is a 1460 Guardian raid. So it's just after Descaluda. It's before the Lightning Dragon. And yeah, so this is going to be coming out in June as well. So we'll be getting Vykas and Congolanium, some more Guardian raids. So people that are 1460 and higher aren't going to be doing Descaluda forever. And then we're getting the Throne Spire, which is just the bridge. This is a single player. You cannot queue for this in a group. And it has 50 levels, and it has one-time rewards for every level. So you basically go through these segments. It looks just like it does on screen. There's like a little endpoint. It's almost like Final Fantasy 14 dungeons, where it's like wall to wall. You just go from one wall to the next, kill everything. It opens the wall, one wall to another wall. And then at the very end, there's a boss, and you're timed. So I think it's like 7 minutes total to clear the whole thing. And the higher you go, the more damage you need to clear it on time. But there's a bunch of great rewards in here, honing materials and whatnot. So this is great that we're getting Throne Spire, which is bridge. So Throne Spire coming out is big. That's good. That's gonna be more rewards for tier 3. This is basically it's more rewards. Good stuff. New store cosmetics. Yaz's Jar is the next one. So this one is basically a dismantling system for cosmetics. You can see here some of the cosmetics that are going to be in there. I'm super excited about this. If you want your Thar skin for Gunlancer, this is one of the best Reaper skins in the game. I'm wondering, I guess they're going to give it for Deathblade and Shadowhunter. But yeah, some good stuff coming along. Yaz Jar is a new consumable that arriving in the game store that will introduce a variety of epic and legendary skins. If you have a skin that you don't like or wear anymore, you can break it down for cloth, and then you can go into your, I believe, your stronghold, and then you'll use the jar to roll a new skin from that determined list. So you'll be able to break down your skins and then use that material to get bound skins for your character. And some of them are pretty cool. If you like an older skin more than the looks of your new legendary one with bigger bonuses, you can overlay the skin you like over the legendary skin. There's some implications here that I won't get into until we get closer to the patch. But it is this system overall, I think, is good. It's a way for you to break down skins. And as you start getting a collection of skins over time, it's nice to have, ways to consume ones you don't really want to wear anymore on that character. And now on to July. The new Mage Advanced Class Arcanist is coming out in July. So this is the Arcana. This is the card-based class. This one is one of the hardest classes in the game to play, but a super fun one for the people that like it. I don't imagine Arcana is going to be super popular, but it's going to be kind of like Gunlancer. The people that really love it are going to absolutely love it. She rolls. She's kind of like a female Gambit from X-Men. She plays on cards. You'll draw cards. You'll fill meter to get new cards, and then you can use those cards for various buffs. And there's two different ways to play. Either you get super cards or you play off your regular deck. Very close range, high burst damage, very gear required, high skill cap, but a very fun class to play if you like that play style. So that's gonna be coming in July. And in July, we're also getting the Vault and Legion raid Hell mode in Korea. I guess they're gonna call it Inferno mode in the West. And this is your the ultimate difficulty for Vaultin. So it's gonna be scale of balance, and it's gonna use Book of Coordination. And what this means is that gear doesn't matter. It's gonna equalize everyone at eye level to Vaultin. You're gonna have to specify your build in the Book of Coordination, and then it requires, like, the damage checks are very high. The damage you take is very high. Basically, everyone needs to play perfectly in order to clear this, and then you'll get some cool rewards. Usually, like, special pets and things like that only come from the Hell mode or the Inferno mode. It's just like the ultimate, you get titles and stuff too. I think it's like Beast of Prey or something for Vaultin. It's super cool. It's definitely not something that the casual players will want to get into because it is very hard, but it's nice. It doesn't count against your weekly attempts, and once you clear it, you'll get really cool rewards and titles and pets and all that. So it's going to be really cool. We're starting with Vaultin for Inferno, and then we'll get Vykas and so on and so forth. And we get Expert Abyss finally. So this is Challenge Abyss, as they're calling it here. So we're getting the Challenge Abyss. What the Challenge Abyss is basically just like your Challenge Guardian raids, but for Abyss dungeons. It'll be on a rotation every week. It's a way for them to reuse old content. So the Necromancer Tier 1 Abyssal, the Hildebrand Palace, Belshazzar Abyssal, the Ark of Arrogance, the Underwater one, and then even, I think, or even Oreha can land in that. So all of the dungeons will be on rotation. I think it's only 2 every week, but you can do it once a week. You can get a good amount of rewards per roster. So it's just like the Challenge Guardian raids, but now it's Challenge Abyssals. So you can do both your Challenge Abyssals and your Challenge Guardians every week. It's scaled, so it doesn't matter what eye level you are. Doesn't matter what level you are. You're going to queue up, do them once a week, and get a bunch of materials. So I think with the Challenge Abyssals coming in, plus the Throne Spire, we're going to get a lot of really good material. Basically, your overall material gain per week is going to go up on average without losing anything else. And then it depends on what other events they want to add in. And then now you have a lot of reason, like currently in the game, you don't have much reason to go past 1415. 1445 allows you to buy your relic gear, and you can do Vault and Hard, but other than that, there's not really much reason. But now getting to 1460 is going to be a good goal, because then you can do Congolanium every day, which is going to be more mats, increased in rewards. It means you can do Vykas Hard and Vault and Hard to start building up your relic sets. So a lot of good stuff coming. But that is the roadmap overview. They basically want to say, if we did a quick summary, advanced class cadence is changing. We're going to get 1 class every other month. They recognize that their communication has been suboptimal, and they're going to work on it. We'll see if that comes to be something that they see. Then they're saying that they're having issues internally. And I can tell you that this sort of thing, working on hybridized, botched, like fused builds that are a separate branch from the main game, it's a mess. It's very hard. So I can empathize with them on that. And then we're going to get Vykas Normal and Hard. We're going to get Congolanium 1416 and Throne Spire in June, as well as legendary and epic skins and the ability to dismantle your current character skins. In July, we'll get Arcanist, and we'll get the Inferno mode, our first Inferno mode for Vaultin, which is going to be really cool. And then we're going to get Challenge Abyss dungeons as well. And I think the other thing to note is just that they are guaranteeing, they have, by their own admission, a free Punika Power Pass this summer and another Express event, which I'm assuming will go through Tier 3. The last one only worked up to Tier 2. This will be another one. So if you should be able to get another Punika Tier 3 character, and then probably another character to Tier 3 if it's in Tier 1 to go all the way through, as we've seen. But we'll get more details from that. So what is your favorite changes about this? How do you feel about the classes slowing down a bit? Getting it to every other month is something that you like. Do you like the slower cadence? Did you expect to have a higher cadence? Are you someone who's been waiting for Scouter or Reaper or Summoner? And then having, that means that July is going to be Arcana And then that means that if July is Arcana, then it's going to be September for the next one. So you're waiting, 3-4 months until maybe Scouter, maybe Summoner, and then you're going to wait until November. And I think the way they phrase this means that Artist is not going to come until spring at the earliest. So Artist is pretty far away based on how they phrase this. They're going to do all the new classes before they do they're going to do all the old classes before they do new ones. So I think Artist is going to be spring at the earliest, so very far away. And then how do you feel about Vykas, the challenge mode? Ice Turtle's a fun fight. He's pretty cool. Throne Spire, all of that. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let's go. If you enjoyed yourself today, leave a like down below. You can support me and my work on Patreon and view Patreon exclusive content. Link in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.